Hello, and welcome to Narrow Space. This channel consists of Kerbal recreations, aerospace vehicles, and general missions in the game. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more of this content moving forward. We usually upload just about weekly. I'm really excited to introduce to you all my first video with commentary. After getting a few requests on my video that I uploaded recently about the B-2 stealth bomber, I've decided to do a follow-up tutorial build with the same craft. So I present to you all today how to build your own B-2 stealth bomber in Kerbal Space Program 2. If you like this style of content, please let me know and I'll actually buy an appropriate microphone and I won't sound like this. I'd like to first address who I am. My first name is Noah. I have been a space enthusiast for many years. I've been playing Kerbal for about 5 years now. I am from the Dayton, Ohio area, which many of you may or may not know is the birthplace of aviation. Yes, Orville and Wilbur, the Wright brothers themselves, called my locality home, when they were alive anyway. Also in my backyard is the National Air Force Museum, the largest military aviation museum in the world, which has certainly had a prominent influence on my interest in aviation and aerospace. However, this also means that I have the least interesting accent in the entire world, in my opinion anyway. So I've been torn about doing commentaries for my videos for some time now. I've got that pure Midwest Americana, accentless English at its finest. Some people might like the accent, so please let me know if commentaries in my videos is something you'd like to see from me moving forward in the comment section below. Anyway, moving on to the build. This is still a very buggy early access game. I do not recommend this craft for beginners at all. But the procedural wings in KSP2 are one of the greatest features that this game has to offer. It's an absolute game changer, especially for recreation crafts like the one I'm building today and the unique airframe structure that the B-2 stealth bomber presents. I realize I've talked over almost all the footage, but I began by constructing the fuselage of the craft. It was as simple as an Mk2 cockpit. I put a couple fuel tanks and then a nose cone was on the back for the tail. The entirety of the rest of the build was done with the procedural wings. If you're following this build one for one, you can reference the dimensions whilst I edit them. However, I suggest getting a feel for the game yourself and eyeballing the dimensions in quotations by replicating the shapes that I create. This will just help you construct all of your crafts moving forward. It'll help familiarize you with the procedural wings in the game and just generally interacting with the KSP2 UI. So instead of taking the exact numbers I used, I recommend just using this video as a reference and building your own version of the same craft. By this point, we're finished with the build. We are in one of our demonstration flights right now. It was important to prove that the craft that I actually built flew, so that's what you're watching now. But even if you build it one for one, I suspect that while finishing your craft, you'll still have to finagle with your center of mass, your center of lift, to make your specific craft fly. And remember, you always want your center of mass to be slightly behind your center of lift. In this case, for this craft, it was quite a bit behind my center of mass because I really wanted to make sure I had some mass forward to help keep my craft stable, especially with some of the yawing issues you might see while I fly this thing. At the end of the build, you might have noticed me sticking some stabilizers underneath that hidden wing section there. And I know this makes the craft less realistic, but working with the physics of KSP2, putting these vertical stabilizers in the back really helped my craft maintain a forward heading and not yaw out of control or want to spin left and right like a frisbee. So that was my solution to getting this craft to fly straight. And since the first craft I built was built on the first patch, this one was built on the second patch, your experience building the craft may differ. So definitely recommend finagling center of mass and lift. Anyway, that completes the construction of the craft. We're finishing up the demonstration flight here. This was a really brief video. I have many more ideas I'd like to share. Please let me know if voice commentaries are something you'd like to see from me. I promise I'll get a proper microphone, and I look forward to seeing you all here on my channel at Narrowspace. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more, and have a fantastic rest of your day.